Hey, what's up guys? Nick here from the Informative Fisherman Show. I've been hearing a lot about guys are having problems with the new Floating XL Grass Burner diving. There's some unique features to this bait on you can get it to wake, you can get it to dive, but it's very easy to get it to stay on top and stop and float on top like the intended purpose. I want to show you what you're doing wrong and show you how I retrieve it and show you a couple cool little casting tips along the way. I'm going to take a brand new one out of the box just to show to you guys. Now watch my cast. I'm going to stop it and start to retrieve it just before it hits the water like any other buzz bait. You can stop and that Floating XL will stop there. You can start it again and do it like that. And that is how you should retrieve any buzz bait or any inline bait. You should always stop it in midair and start to bring it forward. That's going to stop that bait from porpoising or doing anything else. The nice part about this design is the bait's slightly heavier to where it sits deeper in the water and creates that larger displacement. A lot of the time you can dive it down like that. You get going fast and you can wake it just like that. And that's strictly by lowering your rod tip. So there's a lot of the time in the fall where guys like to wake a bait, they like to keep the bait up. But if you stop it and start retrieving right away with your tip straight or tip up, it works perfect. You can hesitate it. Sometimes you can hesitate it a lot and get it to wake under or start reeling the second it lands. And you could try to bury that tip sometimes and get it to wake. But a lot of the time what's going on, if you guys are finding it's consistently diving, is you're not stopping it on a tight line to where it's pointed back straight at you. You're stopping it when it hits the water like this, you're reeling, and the side of the bait or blade is cupping down under the water and coming back to you. You should always stop and start reeling with any buzz bait. But this bait is perfectly buoyant and it sits right level with the water, and that's going to increase those hit to hookup ratios. Instead of knocking the bait out of the water, it's going to create surface tension to where when they smack it, one of those treble hooks is going to dig into them. This bait is purposely by design to get it to wake. You can get it to go under. I generally retrieve it on top and stop and hesitate in my retrieval to get some of those reaction strikes when I'm right next to something. So a little side tip when you're retrieving these too, if you notice that the hooks are upright, sometimes a hook will stick into the pane or something. If you hesitate it or twitch the bait, that'll get it to turn over. The white side is always what you want up. If you see the pure white, grass burner is meant to be pure white on top, showing you clearly where your bait is and showing the fish the painted side of that presentation. Another cool thing about the floating grass burner was what I've noticed is when I stop, it takes about 2 seconds for that skirt to stop moving. So when I throw in pauses, I like to throw in a 2nd and 2-second pauses throughout my retrieve. A 2nd, then 2-second, and what it does is when it stops, it gives that bait a little bit of life as that skirt's moving like that. And sometimes you're gonna realize those fish are gonna trigger just by changing that retrieve up. Speed up, slow down, stop, let that skirt flare, and speed up again. Play with it. Hopefully that little tip helped you out, guys.